We have
Yeah.
about two more topics to talk about before we close out this podcast. One of them is something that your only mate found out about a death battle that's coming up pretty soon, which was.
Well, we don't know if it's coming up soon. We just know it's happening at some point.
Oh, it is happening?
But at some point, we don't know when. But there is something that makes me think. Well, actually, it doesn't make me think that's happening, but it does get me a tad nervous. But I'll get into that later. Con Bravo, yes, they did say that they're not doing Goku vs Superman 3 or Gohan vs Superboy, but they did confirm a matchup that, in my mind, was inevitable, which is Ruby Rose versus MAKA ALBARN.
Oh, wow. This is going to be good.
Yeah,
I don't know much about Maka.
I
don't
either.
either. I did try watching some Soul Eater, and I honestly
what,
thought she was the protagonist, but they showed
what
someone
about,
else, and I was like, wait, who's
yeah.
this?
What about you, Star? Do you know anything about Maka?
To be fair, I've only seen like a couple episodes of Ruby, and I know nothing about Maka.
Yeah. I've seen every season of Ruby, but I don't know who this Maka... I mean, well, it's funny you tell me that, because I have this friend who's a construction worker, not here, obviously, but he told me a bit of stuff about Maka, and I only remembered the key points. I didn't remember everything he told me, but he basically said her scythe is a person, and...
Yeah, it's Soul, I believe.
Yeah, and...
Because people in that universe can morph into weapons.
Yeah.
Wait.
And the sun laughs.
Oh my god. I remember this anime. I've seen it all the way through. Soul Eater, is it?
Yeah.
Soul Eater? Oh my god, I've seen that. I know who that is. I just get names mixed up really bad.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh my god, wow.
Both site users.
I'm going with Maka.
Oh!
I'm kind of forced to go with Ruby, mainly because I made a bet with a friend.
I know more about Maka, though, so I don't know much about Ruby. So.
Plus, I love Ruby, the character and the franchise.
I'm going with Ruby as well because I've told everyone this, but I'm about to tell you guys this. I kind of like Ruby more than Yang. I don't know.
Yeah, take your show around.
Yeah, I relate more to Ruby, but the reason I'm going for Ruby is not just because I'm biased towards Maka. It's because Ruby has a lot more combat experience when she's taken on whole armies, and she is a deadly wielder with that scythe. But
it's also a sniper rifle.
Yes,
she has more weapons. It's also a shotgun too, but she has a lot more weapons at her disposal, and she has more combat experience. But here's the only thing her and Maka have the same thing in common. They both have little to no experience in hand-to-hand combat.
True.
Yeah, I can confirm that for Ruby.
Well,
go ahead, Start.
I don't think Maka would ever have to fight hand-to-hand, though, since she can wield a scythe made of... It's kind of like pure energy. It's like souls.
Okay.
You just form it. But I mean, in a fight, hand-to-hand, between the two, I don't think Maka would stand much of a chance in a hand-to-hand fight, maybe. Maka's athletic and she's acrobatic, but so is Ruby.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing that I do have that gives me hope for Ruby is I've got this friend, and like he knows his anime. Like he knows Soul Eater through like the anime and the manga and a whole bunch of stuff. He's got like shelves of manga and like all sorts. Anyway, I asked him his opinion on this matchup, and he hasn't even seen Ruby Volume 3 yet, which is when Ruby gets the Silver Eyes thing. Without hesitation, he immediately says Ruby wins.
Wow.
Well, I need to watch more Ruby. I mean, you know, I'm only basing this on the crazy feats that I've seen from Soul Eater.
But here's something else I think we can all take into consideration here is two things. One, we don't know more about Ruby's Silver Eyes, and so we don't know if when Death Battle does do this, if they're going to give us spoilers or not. But also, too, Ruby has the durability advantage because her aura is able to protect her.
Yeah, the aura stuff.
And she has superhuman speed. She is able, I'm an expert in judging people who have super speeds. Whenever I went back and watched Ruby's scenes that involved her speed, she was able to run so fast it looked like she teleported. in the blink of an eye.
Damn.
Yeah, you guys
And she
didn't know.
even caused like a twister in the middle of the mess hall during the food fight.
Exactly.
Oh,
So
Actually,
I don't see how Maka. Yeah, so I don't know how Maka's going to be able to catch Ruby because again, how are you going to catch somebody who can run so fast? It looks like they're just teleporting.
I wish I had recognized the name on the so I could have. I was actually looking up stuff before we did this podcast. I wanted to be a little bit more prepared than I usually am, which is not prepared at all. But if I had just remembered Maka's name, I would have checked out that anime a little bit more. But I just or watched it a little bit again. But I would say that if you want to get a good grasp on Maka's abilities, to check out the last few episodes of Soul Eater at the last season, because that is where she's her most powerful.
Okay.
And I've seen her fight some ridiculous nightmarish stuff. Like imagine Dracula or Alucard from Helsing, not the Helsing one. Like she fights stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. I still sometimes wonder about Alucard's powers because he is so unbelievably powerful in that anime.
I agree.
That would be
what
a
do you
good
think?
fight. Someone fighting him.
What do you think, Duo?
What happened?
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna ask. So, what do you think? Because I'm going for me and your only mate are going for Ruby, and
I have donuts on the line.
Donuts.
Yeah, I made a bet with a friend, and the stake is like if Ruby wins, he buys me a pack of donuts. If Maka wins, I buy him a pack of donuts.
Oh, wait, you mean Dunkin' Donuts?
No, we did that for Iron Man versus Lex Luthor, and I bet on Iron Man. So
that
that
was
made
such
the
a good
victory
fight.
all the more sweet.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, we have 2 going for Ruby, and we have 1 going for Maka. Where does that leave Duo?
I'm kind of undecided because I know Ruby Rose. I just don't know Maka. I can't really give you a fair prediction on who I think is going to win. I have to look up Maka myself, to see what she's capable of. All I can see is that they both have sides.
Yeah.
They both have sides, and I can tell that Maka is not someone to mess around with. Just like I think that Ruby, even though she looks very innocent, not someone to mess with either. But
no!
Give you an honest.
All those Beowulfs she sliced to bits.
What happened?
Right?
It was in the red trailer. She sliced a whole army of Beowulfs to bits.
Yes.
Ooh.
But to give you guys an honest answer, I can't really give that one because I don't want to sound biased and say, "Oh, I'm going to go for Ruby because I know her." But I'd rather just do the research myself to check who would win. You know what I mean, and give you guys a better idea. Like you said, it probably is gonna happen. So
we know it's coming. They've said, we're doing it at some point. We don't know when.
Yeah.
Let's continue the trend of weapons versus weapons. Let's have the Honey Nut Cheerios bee with his spoon fight Mewtwo. Let's just do that. Let's just do that.
It's time for a spoon battle!
There's gonna be a lot of spooning today, Chad.
I can't.
Let's get started with the spooning.
I know I can't do a Mewtwo voice, but this is the best I'll be able to do. My spoon is better than your spoon, bee.
Clang clang.
I don't use my spoon for honey. I use my spoon for death.
I'm gonna get the honey out of that ass.
Oh, man.
Mewtwo, you're only upset because you can't reproduce, so you can't even get banged.
Not even a Ditto can help you with that. Seriously, I've tried.